Hi, welcome to Release Your Wings. I'm Keith Woods, Dean of Faculty at the Poynter Institute, and I'm here with Shireen Chada, Director of Tampa Brahma Kumaris. We've talked for the last few weeks about a number of spiritual powers. Power itself, power of tolerance, power of letting go. Today, Shireen, we're talking about the power of discernment. And as always, the first question has to do with what that means. Here, you're talking about being able to tell the difference between right and wrong, between truth and falsehood. Talk some about that power.
Also about what is illusion. I remember one of our conversations, we were talking about what is a spiritual illusion and what is reality. And so a spiritual illusion is about what is going to give me happiness. And so that also includes in discernment. But for me, the way I define the power to discern is a clean and full intellect or wisdom. An intellect in our understanding of the wisdom that we get from the Raj Yoga teachings that we have, an intellect is something that holds within us, that holds wisdom, understanding, and awareness. And so that clean and full intellect is what is the power to discern.
But it's still not just possessing it, but it's having the ability to tell one thing from another.
Yeah.
And in this case, using that wisdom.
Using that wisdom, and what also happens is the intellect itself starts becoming useful when it's full and clean. And so the cleanliness of an intellect acts like a filter. So it filters and it sorts out what is right and what is wrong, what is reality, what is illusion, what is truth, what is falsehood. So it sorts it out. So it acts like a filter to the self.
And to what end, what is this power serving? If I'm better able to discern the difference between those things?
A few things. I mean, there are many advantages to the power, but one of the, I'll mention two or three. One is that you save a lot of time.
Because?
Because if you're able to discern, let's say, to do something right, or should I do this or shouldn't I do this? And if you're able to discern and able to discern it quickly, then you won't analyze it, you won't do all of that stuff.
So you mean if I'm more efficient, I'm actually saving real time.
Yeah, you're saving real time. And then the other one is you're less tired. And the third one is that you're more happy.
Now, you said in one of your writings that this is the ability to tell the difference between truth and the appearance of truth, or apparent truth. What does that mean, apparent truth?
Apparent truth. This is really a very mundane example, and it gets very basic, but I'll mention this as an example. Let's say if someone's really annoying me, and my first instinct is to let me punch this person out, right? And let's say they're really annoying you in terms of their language, the way they're talking and all of that, and they're not keeping quiet, and you really want to punch them out. And
that would make news. A woman in sari punches out man.
Right.
Sorry.
And so if you punch someone out, right, the apparent truth is that possibly the person will keep quiet. But the real truth is that you really haven't addressed the real issue, whether it's within yourself or what the person is asking of you. So apparent truth is, it sounds like truth, it seems like truth, it has all the appearance of truth, but in the final analysis, it doesn't work out in anyone's favor.
Now, you again are kind of climbing up high in the stratosphere and talking about words like truth and falsehood, because here you don't mean whether or not I'm lying. Apparent truth in this case could be what I believe in the end to be the way things will be versus the way it actually will be. That one truth, one apparent truth. But what about discerning whether or not someone's telling you the truth?
That's actually quite simple. I feel when you are sitting in your centering yourself in meditation and you are doing the right things, then you are able to tell if other people are being nice to you or they're telling you the truth. You're easily able to tell that, but I think it requires a level of commitment to truth on your part. If there is that commitment to truth on your part, and if you are walking the talk you speak about truth, not only is there an expectation from other people, but because you are doing it, then it's very easy to discern if someone else is doing it to you or not.
Well, it sounds like truth recognizes itself, but how will I know? Again, do I just wait for it to come to me?
Oh, you mean how will you know if you are being truthful,
well,
or if the other person is being truthful?
Both.
For me, I always define truth as something that gives happiness, something that gives true spiritual divinity and happiness. So here I'm distinguishing between actually facts. For example, let's say the population of Tampa is 500,000 people, right? So that's a fact. I'm not sure if their population of Tampa is 500,000 people or it's less or more, I'm not sure. But if I go somewhere and I misrepresent fact and say, you know, I live in a city with 10 million people or 100,000 people, so I'm misrepresenting a fact there, and that in itself is not necessarily actually truth or falsehood, because that is just you being honest about something. You
but
being
inaccurate.
But inaccurate, definitely. But if you repeatedly perform these dishonest, inaccurate actions, then you compromise your own truth. And that truth is, there is this intrinsic nature of every human being that knows what is true in terms of who I am, where do I come from, what's going on. All of that is not, it's just the larger picture, the larger context of human life, not just little bit pieces here and there. So that is truth, that when I'm looking at the larger context of human life. And so when I am reflecting on the larger context of human life, not just if someone said they were late for work and they said, oh, I had a car accident on the way here or something like that, so them lying or you believing that lie is not going to be, in the long run, that detrimental to either of you. But if it is something about your own character, something about your own weaknesses, or something about someone's character or someone's weaknesses, then it really makes a difference, and that's what I'm defining as truth.